The US Abrams Main battle tank, regardless of its modification, is one of NATO's strongest tanks. Powerful armor, active protection systems, and other survivability modules should ensure its survival in combat. Nevertheless, Abrams is not an invulnerable machine. Like any other vehicle, it can be disabled. The frontal projection is traditionally the hardest to defeat. Fire from large-caliber machine guns and grenade launchers can try to disable the observation and communication systems on the roof of the turret and the optics of the mechanic. All other areas, however, are well covered with combined armor and will require the latest anti-tank weapons to defeat. If available, they can hit the fuel tanks or the locations of the driver's mechanic and other crew members in the turret. The Abrams is less difficult to hit from the sides. Anti-tank weapons can attack the engine, tanks, and combat compartment. The ammo is also a possible target. The tracks should also be remembered of, which are traditionally in all tanks' vulnerability. An immobilized tank will certainly retain partial combat effectiveness, but will become an easy and, what is most important, immovable target. The rear projection is the most vulnerable part of the tank. Priority targets include the engine and ammunition location. If incendiary mixtures are used, the best solution would be to attack the engine transmission compartment from above. Particular attention should be paid to drone attacks. Do not aim at closed hatches. They are well armored and can easily withstand a hit. However, on the top of the tank's turret, there are optics and external communication equipment. It is quite an accessible target for VOG and hand grenades. As for a shaped charge ammunition, the best solution would be to hit the engine transmission compartment or the ammunition compartment. The Abrams is justly considered one of the best protected vehicles, but the experience of the wars near the Persian Gulf have dispelled the myth of its invulnerability. Numerous photos of burning Abrams confirmed once again that any tank can be hit, and the American one is by no means an exception. The main thing is to keep cool and use the necessary means of destruction. Leopard 2 line of modifications is quite extensive, with upgrades being carried out not only in Germany, but also in other NATO countries. Yet the overall tank layout remains the same. The front protection is traditionally the most heavily armored side of armored vehicles. Leopard 2A5 and newer modifications have a very strong turret and hull forehead. However, the tank is vulnerable at the front as well. Fire from large-caliber machine guns and grenade launchers can attempt to disable observation and communication systems. Leopard 2 has external fuel tanks above the tracks on the sides. These must be emptied on combat sorties, but this is not always done. This is a potential target for armor-piercing incendiary large-caliber machine guns. When armor-piercing incendiary ammunition is available, the targets are the ammunition in the tank hull, as well as the crew compartment. Leopard 2 is less resistant from the sides and can be hit by older weapons, in some cases even by large-caliber machine guns. Priority targets also include the vehicle's interior tanks, ammunition, and crew. The rear projection is the most vulnerable part of the tank, but it is also the most difficult to reach. If an ambush or urban battle puts the stern of the tank in front of you, you can hit the engine or the ammunition in the turret. If you have semi-handicraft means of destruction, flamethrower or IED, you can try to hit the engine transmission compartment from above. Particular attention should be paid to drones attacks. Hatches, if not open, are of no interest. However, there are optics and external communications equipment on top of the tank turret. These can be attempted to disable by dropping grenade launcher fragmentation round or hand grenade. In the case of a shaped charge, an attempt could be made to hit the engine transmission compartment or the ammunition compartment. Tank is undoubtedly dangerous on the battlefield. However, like any vehicle, it can be broken. The main thing to overcome tank fear and not be afraid of the enemy's equipment. Any goal can be reached. Knowing where to hit, if there is something to hit, is already half the battle. And let the Leopard's crews be afraid.